I can hear you in game as well, so anyway.
We're ready.
Don't know if we're done.
There's a lot of people in town.
Okay, Buster.
You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die. And the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Let us fight to free the world. Let us all unite. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. Let us fight to free the world. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You are men. Let us fight to free the world. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. A decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world. Let us fight to free the world. Let us fight for a world of reason. A world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Let us fight to free the world. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. You, the people, have the power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world. Let us fight to free the world. Let us fight for a world of reason. A world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite.
And we are live. Welcome, everyone. It's Free for All Fridays, and as will become usual, we are gaming on Fridays. So the discussion is free for all. Anybody can come in, talk about anything they want to talk about. We will be on the hunt for Bigfoot whilst conversations are going on. If no conversations are going on, we might be talking about hunting Bigfoot in the game. But there has been loads of stuff happening this week. We've been looking for Perpendiculars in the chat. It's been raging all week. I don't know which one's Maze Bank. Does anybody know which one's Maze Bank in the game?
No idea which one is that bank. Just drive round.
Okay. Yeah, we've had Wally and Betty, Stark Odder, all telling us silly things about perpendicular geometric facts. There's a bank here.
If you see anyone else, follow them. They all know where they're going.
Okay. Yeah, it's been raging on this week. Anyone? That's a bank. Yeah, so if anybody wants to come in and have a chat, a Buster, Gadgets finished your drawing, and the video's sort of half done. I'm not quite happy with the beginning of it yet. It needs a bit of work to be played around with.
I saw it and it's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get some stuff done so I can maybe use a bit of it, get a new video out,
Well,
or just a song or something.
I've got about 50 minutes of footage, and I've not compressed it and sped it up just yet.
Right.
So, you know, it will fit to just about anything. There's a little bit at the beginning that it's a little bit, and it, you know, needs a little bit of work doing to it, a bit of cinema, you know. But it'll be ready for whenever you want, if you've got a song ready or whatever.
I could do one like live. I don't quite have one recorded just yet. I've got a really good start for one. But, I could do one live. That'd be awesome.
Oh, would always.
The finished product was, oh God.
Yeah.
Show my family. They were like, that's amazing.
And we did a deal in the game today for a news network, so we might end up with the news headquarters to produce news and unfactual content for a news organisation. Near the pier on rentals.
Oh my goodness.
Right, there we go.
I can hear the chopper.
Yeah, we get a news chopper as well. Yeah, we're on the hunt for Bigfoot. GTA 5 RP on the Eternal Rage server.
At least we can just run Bigfoot over.
Yeah.
That's it now, you just run it over. Doesn't say how you've got to kill it.
Yeah.
It's by the rental.
He's on rentals.
Someone got chopped with a heli. What? Uh-oh.
Gonna get stuck.
Hey, you just made.
Hey,
I just
Oh, how good.
literally whacked my head on something.
Oh,
well, there's a car behind us. Oh,
Hello.
sorry, mate. Oh, right, what's that?
I thought that was
Oh.
Bigfoot. Is that not Bigfoot?
Going over. Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
You ready to jump in?
Mm.
Did you hear him then?
No, I don't see anything.
Well. No, shout out Gadget anyway, yeah. The results will be seen when we've got Buster.
You're off the right.
Where is he?
Behind us? No.
It's not Bigfoot, is it?
No.
You strap a bike to the back of this.
Can you what?
Can you strap a bike down to the back of this? On the back? Looks like you can strap a bike, no?
Yeah, I think you should be able to.
Good try it. Could have bought a bike if something went off.
Don't go through there. Go whack my head. Great.
We're stuck.
I don't know where he is. He's not round here, is he?
No, we're rubbish at hunting Bigfoot.
Did you find any of them?
Nope.
Nah, not seen any of them yet.
Yeah, they said to the pier. I can't see shit though.
No, didn't see anything.
Yeah, it's weird.
But then again, I might be blind.
Hey, boyo.
He'll be there somewhere.
Probably on the roof. No.
Where is he? He'll be around here somewhere.
I got no idea. Here, Bigfoot.
Oops.
Didn't need that lamppost.
So that's only that. You know.
Can Bigfoot surf?
Where are you going? So I go down the pier or what?
Well, that's not Bigfoot, is it?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
It's in Bigfoot.
I don't see Bigfoot.
what does he look like? Bigfoot.
Yeah. Be on the lookout for a hairy Bigfoot.
Was he the same size as everyone else? Or was he a bit bigger? Yeah.
Nice car.
Oh, the one just disappeared.
Yeah. I don't know where to go. Don't know that well.
No, me neither.
Where's everybody else though? How many people are on? 35. He's not put anything else. He's got to be still down there somewhere.
Is there anywhere he could just chill down there?
Said buy rentals.
On the roof or something, huh? Right down by the fishing bit.
So we're up for anybody coming in. Anybody wants to come in and have a chat. Like I say, we are preoccupied with hunting Bigfoot, but doesn't mean anybody else can say a conversation about. Conversation's been hot this week about the parallel, perpendiculars and straight lines, and that guy looked like Bigfoot then.
Don't see any hairy things down here.
Gadget wants to know how much petrol is in the game.
How much petrol is? It's up
Yeah.
to $2 a litre, I think. In some places.
Is it a liter or is it a gallon? I don't know that it tells you.
I haven't got a clue.
It just, I think it just takes it out of your wallet like most gas stations do, just directly out of your bank account. I told him that all the cars seem to get really good gas mileage though in that game.
Well, I mean, this truck costs a fair bit. Costs over 200 quid to fill this one up.
That's
But
that's probably about right.
Yeah.
They're probably pretty accurate then.
I got to disappear in 10 minutes for about half an hour.
Okie dokie. Let us know and we'll take you back.
Sweet. I was even at half 8.
Might as well go and drop him.
Yeah. We'll go and do some fishing, eh? Go and fish for him for a bit.
Week, right?
It gives us a chance to talk about something. Show's going to be a bit boring, isn't it? If we just sat around in trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, would have been good to see Emma shoot Bigfoot. We'll drop you back here. Where's the bike? Is it in the parking, isn't it?
Okay, fine. Yeah. Oh, I'd be long. Oh, he's run over.
He's all right.
Right. Off I go. Thank you very much.
All right. I'll see you in a bit. Give
Thanks,
us a
Dad.
shout when you're back.
All right.
Did you get Bloods addicted? Is that what happened?
Yeah. Oh, you should have seen the stuff we did today, Kevin. We've had a word with management.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
We've got the news vans and microphones and booms and cameras,
Oh, nice.
outfits. Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
all of that sort of stuff ready.
All the news that's fit to lie about.
Yeah. Is he around here somewhere or not?
I have no
I'm gonna
clue.
put this away. And get the bike out. Where's Emma at? Where have you gone?
I am hunting Bigfoot on foot. Hmm.
Take off your mask. Is he on the wheel?
I just looked. No.
Oh. bet he's going to be down here where we were fishing or something. Right, I'm going to park up here for a bit. Do some fishing for bloods while he's gone. Then we can have a conversation with the guys. Right, there we go. So, this week in Next Level Discord, what's it been like? It's been like most of the others. Apart from, we're sort of narrowing down we call it geometric proof, and whether those proofs are actually real or not, and whether they apply to reality or not. Whether you can apply geometric proofs into reality, or... It's been the big question. I am of the opinion that yes, you can. And I think most people would have to sort of say yes, there are such things as geometric proofs in reality. But there's a group of people that don't, and they hang around in the chat all week. I mean, we've got so-called number 2 of the wolf pack. There's Wally, who is pretty consistently online in the Next Level Discord live chat all the time. Way up, we've got somebody coming over to us. It's not Bigfoot. Yeah, so I don't know what the outcome is going to be of when Wally stays here, and I think he's talking about the ISS and all sorts of silly things. We do have next week Kevin and Raven have been doing the Trivium. We've been working slowly through the Organon, which is sort of the foundations for the grammar part of it, of the Trivium. And this week he said that we would be moving on to the logic part of it, because it's built on grammar, logic, rhetoric. That's the Trivium. And this week we were going to be moving on to more of the logic side. And we've had Betty, the Globe Logician, who has come in and he's offered to do a presentation, a slideshow presentation next week on Wednesday about Aristotelian logic. So we've got that to look forward to next week. That's why I've called this the home of logic, because it seems to be this is the place if you want to come and talk about logic. Come over here. Come and have a chat. We'll go over logic. I don't know whether Betty has already done this. It might be a second-hand one. He might have already practiced it and given this presentation that he's going to do on Wednesday to Blue Ops. It might be a Blue Ops mission to come over here and talk logic. We might get a lesson in globe logic. I don't know whether Aristotle dealt in any globe logic, but I'm hoping that like logic is the foundation of geometry. I'm hoping that somewhere in this there might be some globe logic that helps them formulate the logic behind spherical geometry or the globe geometry that they imagine they've got. But I don't want to get too forward. I want to wait and see what Betty comes up with this week. Next week it'll be, won't it?
Yeah, he said it wouldn't take more than like a half an hour or something.
Yeah, I've said about an hour, because obviously we have to have a bit of a discussion with Betty. He can't just drop it and run, can he? There has to be.
I would hope not.
I mean, we can obviously have a conversation about it, but I would hope that Betty can at least have that conversation too, or start off that conversation.
Yeah.
And as for that, I don't think there's anything else that's any new stuff. Spot On's found some good stuff. I've not had a chance to look at that. Spot On's taken to talking to globe earthers. I don't know what you'd call them. In the chats while they're doing live streams. Seems to be working well for him. He put a clip in there. I don't know, should we go over that? Is it worth it, Spot On? And somebody brought attention to a live stream that Blue Marble's done this week. Quite a few people have told us, well, we're going to have to watch it. I'm not really into watching these videos that people make about us, because I'd be doing nothing but watch videos of people misrepresenting what we say. But this one's a good one because I think it goes into the hump and Rumpus saying that he can measure the drop of the water level from horizontal. That's right. Rumpus says he can measure the drop of the water level from horizontal, and he's not talking about a flowing stream. Seriously talking about a canal. So we might go over that on Monday, I think. Model Affliction Monday coming up next week.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I think we're probably gonna use Tuesday to do a bit of our own intro to logic.
Well, it is logic day. Tuesday is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would make sense that since we're starting again with the, well, not starting again, we're starting to approach the logic part of the trivium. Then I mean, I don't. Is it different logic, or is it just earlier, like the formulation of logic the
Yeah, I think that's what we probably want to get into is like the early logic. You know, how did it come about? What were the early tenets
yeah,
of
sort
that
of
logic?
a why logic type
Yeah.
thing. Like that.
Yeah, and we may, you know, I haven't done a ton of research on it yet, but we may try to. What I'd like to do is contrast that with maybe the opposite, right, of whatever opposite of logic is. It's not. It is illogic, but at the time, right? I mean, there had to be an impetus to formally come up with these propositions and so forth. And Aristotle, we've already covered some of that in the categories because the grammar helps you form those propositions correctly. But what about it being done correctly was needed? Well, to me, that says that lots of people were doing it incorrectly. And then what does that look like?
Yeah. Wait,
I don't know
right.
that we could find that out necessarily, but that might be interesting.
Yeah, it's in a formulation towards the fallacies, right? Because that's
Yeah.
improper logic leads to improper conclusions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe we do look at, my thought was, and I still have to talk to Raven about this, but my thought was we might want to, you know, we've talked about it, these concepts several times over lots of the logic nights and other times, but the law of non-contradiction, excluded middle, and identity. So we may want to bring those up again, make sure people know what that is, know what they are, can identify them, you know, when they're being broken.
Yeah, that's
What does that look like?
definitely needs to be gone over again. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That I would call the foundations for logic.
Mm-hmm.
They're the sort of the axioms, aren't they, of how you go about the rules, if you will. As long as you stick to those rules and stick within those boundaries, then you could sort of call that logic. Once you learn the method of how to lay these things out to give you, it's sort of a mathematical structure, isn't it?
Yeah. I agree. So there's a couple of topics actually I can throw out there, see if anybody wants to come in and chat about it, or if anybody that's in the Discord wants to chat about it. But on the topic of logic, as I was doing some of my research, I came across a gentleman who I believe is a philosophy professor at the University of Windsor in the UK. And he wrote a book last year. And without buying the book, and I'm considering buying it, but it's like, you know, it's like $18 or $20 or something. So, I mean, I may just lay out for it just to see. But from what I can gather, the premise of this book is that logic, especially Aristotelian logic, is responsible for prejudice and inequality in Western cultures. What's anybody think about that?
Responsible for prejudice. I'm guessing because it gives a definitive answer and then not applying to that structure doesn't give you chance to accept the other.
That's possible, I guess. Without having read the book, I don't know.
Well, I would say it's probably got something to do with excluding the middle. It's rather prejudicial to the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the author did mention all three, though.
Yeah.
Did mention identity, excluded middle, and non-contradiction.
Well,
So-
that's what Saragaki was saying. Once you can't really mess about. You think about it, you can't really mess about with one of them without messing about with the other two. Also, right? They're all together like this. The trivium and these threes always seem to come together, don't they?
Yeah.
You can't really separate the law of identity, the law of excluded middle, and the law of non-contradiction. Mess about
Anybody
with
else?
one, you get the others. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts as to how logic might be responsible for prejudice and inequality in primarily Western cultures? I think specifically he was talking about the UK and America, I could guess, but I'm sure all of Western culture is what he was going after. I just don't know. At this point, I'm probably going to have to lay out the $20 and
Yo, homie, where does everyone hang out? Where does everyone hang out around?
I don't know.
You said what, homie?
Don't know. Not got a clue. Sorry.
You might be it though, homie.
Sorry, I was running around doing stuff. You said Aristotelian logic is responsible for prejudice and what?
inequality.
Inequality.
In Western
Yeah.
cultures. Yeah.
I'd have to read into that. I don't know why that would be true, but inequality and prejudice. It's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
I would have never expected to hear that statement. Does anyone have any ideas? Kevin, you? No? Bev,
No,
you
well,
said-
the guy that posited it wrote a book, but I'm
So you
hesitant to
just threw
spend
the
the
question
$20.
out there without having any answers?
Yes, I wanted to see what it.
Suspicion.
I have to keep you on your toes, John. I mean,
Oh, man.
come on.
And do you have the book or no?
No, I have not bought it.
What's the name of it?
The name is Socrates on Trial by Nigel Tubbs. Nigel
Yeah.
Tubbs is the author.
Always Socrates.
Mhm.
The dude
Yeah.
did nothing wrong.
I think this guy would lynch him again.
Yeah.
For sure.
Asking
Nigel
questions.
Tubbs.
Always asking questions.
Don't ask questions. Yeah, that's why it intrigued me, right? Because,
Yeah.
Bev, that's my thing, right? Is question with boldness even the existence of a God, because if there be one, he must more approve of the homage of reason than that of blindfolded fear. That's my favorite quote of all time from Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I can here, let me read the thing on his website real quick. And I can post it in the live chat, I guess. Here, let me get a snip and I'll post it in the live chat. I mean, it just floored me when I read it. I'm like, what? How in the hell what is logic, especially Aristotelian logic, what the hell does that have to do with inequality?
Shouldn't it lead
and
you away
prejudice.
from it?
That's what I would think, but I don't know. Without getting the book and finding out
well-
how the hell this guy makes the leap, I don't know.
Great way to start something, Kevin.
Hang on.
I can see why people would, dislike it. There are
Well,
people that particularly keep away from logic. That's why I've titled this one "The Home of Logic," because just to see how many people would like to challenge logic and logic talk. I'm guessing not many. So there's going to be some quiet times.
Yeah.
Most prejudices are irrational, are they not? So how would that apply to logic?
It's in the live chat. But since
I see it.
Bev is streaming the game, I'll read it for the YouTubes. So here's here's what it says. It says one of the most important elements of our lectures, this guy's lectures, in searching for the roots of prejudice and inequality in Western thinking, will be the shape of traditional logic. We take logic for granted most of the time, no matter how unconsciously we do so. We all use it to structure things we say, and we all use it to make sense of what other people say and of the world in general. It underpins things that we are prepared to believe and things we are ready to reject. If someone contradicts themselves, we are likely to say that they are being illogical and demand that they resolve that contradiction. If they are to make sense, even when we might get suspicious of logic and prefer to follow emotions or feelings, we might still judge the justifications and outcomes of our choices logically. And then he goes on and he says, but have you ever considered what makes logic logical? He says there is a clear answer to this, and it comes from Aristotle. It is what we will now explore in this lecture. And then obviously he's going to go on, and the book is part of the whole thing. He says, but this is only the beginning of our critical thinking about logic. It will return in almost every lecture after this one for reasons that would become clear in due course. But let's put in a spoiler about some of the most important insights into the roots of prejudice and inequality. It might be the case that logic is so structured as to carry prejudice and inequality within it. It might be the case that prejudice and inequality are built into the very structure of logic. If so, then the three traditional first principles that come from logic, those of truth, nature, and freedom, might also carry this structural prejudice and inequality within them. You get that? So truth, nature, and freedom also carry this structural prejudice and inequality within them. This sounds as challenging as perhaps it seems counterintuitive. It just doesn't seem to be right. How could truth be prejudiced, or how could freedom be unequal? Suspend your disbelief for a while as it seems incredible, or if it doesn't seem logical. We have some ways to go and to see yet how logic might be guilty as charged. And that's part of his book, Socrates on Trial. I find that fascinating. So truth, right? Truth, what does it say? Truth, nature, and freedom. Nature carries structural prejudice and inequality. Truth, nature, and freedom. That's amazing to me.
Are they saying there's no compassion in there?
I don't know, but compassion isn't logic. But maybe there is a thought that if a logical person, I don't know. See,
lack of compassion could be seen as prejudice by some, I would think.
I guess.
Just guessing. I'm just throwing shit out there. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
I know. The first thing that came to my mind was, is this person racist or something? Because I'm starting to wonder whether or not this person believes that people of other colors or cultures or whatever just aren't smart enough to get logic, and therefore it carries with it a prejudice.
Oh, is that the way you saw it?
Or inequality. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's the first thing that came to my mind. Are you saying that, for example, black people or Hispanics or, whatever culture, you think is that people are prejudiced against or whatever, that they're not smart enough to be logical? Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
You've already proven that white people are pretty dumb in me, so. I don't think the color of the skin matters.
I'm not sure that it does in that case, John. I gotta say,
it does sound like he's trying to find prejudice everywhere, because he's trying to say it's in truth, inbuilt into the structure of truth, nature, and.
Why would there be prejudice in truth? That's hard to
comprehend. What Kevin read, it scares me. really.
Yeah.
You
Because
said it scared you?
for me, it may be too
Hey, how's it going, guys?
conspiratory for you, but
Hey, not bad.
it
You?
sounds like it's
Too
preparation
bad. You're
to
gonna try to catch
defy
some fish,
logic
make a little
because
money.
it is
I don't blame you. It's
bad
good,
for
good money, easy
ongoing,
money, nice and relaxing.
let's say, political
Yeah,
correctness
it can't
or
beat it, honestly.
whatever. So it may be maybe the beginning of time that we
Yeah,
will
it keeps us out of
be
the way of
punished
trouble.
for logical thinking because
Yeah, that
it is
too. It's just pluses all
going
around.
against this
Exactly.
this
Good money,
BS,
relaxing, out of trouble.
equality or
Can't
whatever.
beat it.
That I think it scares me really.
That makes sense, Paper. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I wanted to throw that out there just to get other people's thoughts on it because it kind of floored me. I saw this, I doing a internet search, and I saw this Socrates on trial. I'm like, what? Okay, so I go there and I start reading it. What the heck? I was not expecting prejudice and inequality. I did not think I was going to go there.
Had you looked into anything else that author may have done?
He's got a crap load of papers and articles and stuff that he's put out, but you have to pay for to get those, or be part of a site that has them that you can download them. And at this point, I'm not really willing to do that.
Try to just get a sense of his overall thought process there and where he comes from. But I can look that up myself. Thanks.
Yeah. Nigel Tubbs is the author of that book.
I guess everybody can have an opinion. Anybody can.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. That's exactly why we laugh at when people come around and tout the publishing of things as an authority because someone published it. Must be true.
Well, he does. I'm reading that little bit there. It says he challenges it, those of truth and nature and equality, and it says this sounds challenging, maybe even counterintuitive.
Yeah,
it just doesn't seem to be right. Right? Well, right means straight. It doesn't seem to be because it isn't.
Right.
That's what he wants. I mean, if in him saying, is you saying that a straight line isn't a circle being prejudice to circles? I mean, built within the structure of logic and all of that sort of stuff, a straight line cannot be a circle. But is that prejudice to one who wants to think that a straight line could be a circle?
I never thought of that. Very, very well might be.
Yeah, that would be my understanding of why he has to say this sort of thing. Because there are people who need him. This sort of thing that this guy's saying here needs to be said, because if he doesn't say that, then the globe disappears, doesn't it? Behind this logic. That's why I think there's a lot of people don't want to come and talk.
No, they don't want the logic.
It seems counterintuitive, right? It's just backwards. It doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem to be right.
So he is accusing not Socrates himself, but logic. He is accusing logic. The logic is on trial.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then apparently in his book is fictional about Socrates basically comes back to a modern day city, and what would happen? What would happen if Socrates came back to a modern day city?
Same thing again.
There has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They'd have to kill him.
I thought that was the story, right? It's a warning. Don't challenge people with genuine questions. Keep out of the way, because you'll just get yourself into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is a warning because Socrates was killed because he was logical, and he made many sophists very angry. Therefore,
Hmm.
they gave him choice to drink poison or to be
I'll be back.
what the word, to be punished or expelled from the city,
Yep.
to go away. So he chose
Oh, you can take fish.
drinking poison because he couldn't imagine living outside of civilization.
Inciting the youth, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Giving them weird ideas with his questioning, which isn't that what's happening today in our society, in our beloved Western cultures, quote unquote.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would-
it floored me, but it didn't at the same time. After I thought about it for a while, of course, yeah. Same thing would happen to Socrates again. Might be worse. They might draw and quarter him this time. Don't give him a choice. You can go out easily with some poison or be banished.
Yeah. Or they'd just blank him.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody take him seriously in the first place today.
Well,
People
they
even-
take him seriously. I think. Look what happens when people ask questions, John, in our society today, right? Yeah, some uncomfortable questions. Look what happens,
Helicopter.
Yeah.
right? You get shunned by your family. You get shunned by your friends. You get potentially you lose your job. All sorts of nasty things happen to you if you ask
I
too
was
many
just
questions.
talking to my neighbor a few minutes ago, and we were having a normal conversation, and I brought up something legal, and within seconds he had to walk away
Yeah.
because I was offering truth and logic. You know, people just can't deal with it. Drives me nuts. Sorry.
So if there is a meeting with president, these reporters are chosen very carefully to not ask difficult questions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to ask the difficult questions. Yeah, so that one got me, and then the other one was Dahomey Don came in again today. Did you see that, Bev?
I've blocked
you haven't blocked.
Dahomey
Yeah,
Don,
that's right, I
so I
forgot
don't
about
have
that.
to see it because it gets it's embarrassing, isn't it? Like, really, you think?
Yes.
I mean, we did have this conversation over with everyone. It was like we I don't particularly want to shut them out, but I've had enough of it, so I don't need to see it. But everybody else can definitely learn from the stupidity of things that they have to say. So go on, keep us up to date.
Well, it was you know, the typical stuff. But he had said this before, so it's not going to be any news flash. But I wanted to see what you know, the folks here or anybody in YouTube might think about Dahomey Don's thinking that there is no proof in reality. There can be no proofs. He said proof is pseudoscience. There's only evidence. No proof.
In science.
No, in reality.
Oh, right. So
In
mathematics isn't reality.
No, he concedes. Well, no, he says proofs can exist in mathematics because it's conceptual. It's not reality. The minute you take it to reality, there's no proof. There's only evidences.
For me, this is overt lie because proof is this is demonstration to your mind itself. So it cannot be in the physical world because proof is syllogism, and syllogism is something you are producing in your mind. This is nonsense. Proof only exists in not only in mathematics but in your mind. This is this is thing connected to and inside your mind. This is proof.
Well, you said it had to be demonstrated.
Yes, demonstration to your mind.
Yeah,
Because
but in order for
evidence-
you to demonstrate it to your mind, it has to be demonstrated in reality. There is a reality link. You can't find a proof from not reality. That those proofs don't exist. You have to be able to prove it by demonstrating it.
Yes, but this is part. This is evidence for if you can see something, therefore you can infer. It is thinking. Inferring is thinking. So you see and you infer from that, and you are creating syllogism, which is proof that, for example, if you are seeing some phenomenon, you can search for cause of it, and therefore you are setting up experiment, but this part is mental part. You are thinking what you have to do to establish a cause of that phenomenon. So this part is creating hypothesis and so on. It is part in your mind, not in physical reality.
Yeah, I get the mind part of experiment, experiencing the mind, right? But there is a link from the mind to be able to put these things together.
Of course.
But in order to put the things together, you need to experience them and demonstrate them in reality. So there has to be a reality link to this. This is why we've been doing proof and geometry, logic, and reality, because there has to be a reality link to that.
I don't deny it, because if I were, I would go straight against Aristotle, because his theory of cognition is based on senses. So we have three-part abstraction. First abstraction is from physical real world. It is physical abstraction. Then we go to mathematical abstraction, and therefore we can go to metaphysical abstraction. But our cognition starts from physical world. So I would not dare to deny that, what you are saying.
What's anybody else think about no proof in reality? Any thoughts? Just evidences.
Until we define proof, I guess, and proof is different for everybody, right? Personal
That's the
thing,
discussion that we've tried to have. SE was leading the charge, but it becomes harder and harder to have these conversations. Once people have experienced the conversation once and found out that they're badly lacking, that they cannot have proofs, then I don't know, it's hard to have that conversation again. But I'd love to have that conversation. I don't know,
even if you're 100% sure about something and somebody else doesn't accept it, how do you go? What do you do? I mean, you've proved it to yourself, and you know you've proved it to this person. They're just not accepting it. Not proof to them. How do you combat that?
I don't know. I'm guessing that's where we are now. Where we like it. Well, the conversation that needs to be had. seems like there's a lot of people don't want to have that conversation. We're going to be going over a video on Monday that is based around this proofs, especially the geometric proofs, measurements and stuff like that. I mean, that's where proofs are born of, all of that sort of stuff. Or the proofs are the foundations for them understanding, to be able to come to a conclusion, right? You have to be able to base your things on actual proofs.
Now, there are no more questions remaining when you've proved something.
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? So I think where Dahomey goes is, yeah, there are geometric proofs for sure, just not reality. I mean, he's conceded that there's geometric proofs. I mean, we had the conversation about perpendicular, not as it relates to a curve, but the idea of perpendicular as Euclid lays it out. He says he doesn't disagree with that. Doesn't disagree that there can be parallels. In and of itself, when it doesn't conflict with his model, but still maintains there's no proof in reality for these things. You can't, in other words, you can't create a perfect circle apparently in reality. Can't have a radius and then construct a circle in reality. You can only do it in the mind conceptually.
That's crazy, because I don't think they've even done the mind thing themselves, have they, to structure the proof?
I don't think so.
They will have very, very hard task, because if they want to disprove logic, they would do it with logic. So this is contradiction in terms, because if you want to prove that logic is illogical, you have to go with logic. This is nonsense for me.
I mean, it's an interesting position, I think. I don't think he wants to prove anything, is the thing. And that is freeing, right? I will give him that. It is freeing to not have to prove anything, right? Because then you can just put out whatever you want to put out and say, well, I don't believe proof exists in reality anyway, but it's an evidence. This is an evidence for my position.
But still, they are using speech, and speech itself must be logical in some grade. So if you speak grammarly and you are speaking logically, because at least your opponent needs to be understood. He awaits that you understand what he's saying, so he must be logical.
Mm-hmm.
It is mission impossible to prove disprove logic.
I just thought that was interesting that someone holds that position. But again, I guess I can sort of see it. I have a similar, not similar, but I maybe somebody would think that my position on proof and evidence and what someone tells me or not, because I say I question everything. I'm skeptical about everything. And I think I had a conversation, I can't remember who it was, talking about, do you question that the Eiffel Tower exists? And I said, not until I saw it in person and put my hand on it. But up until that point, did I know for sure that it existed? No. Saw pictures, saw it in movies, knew what it looked like, knew what the name was.
Yeah, I've seen Blackpool Tower. I've actually seen the Eiffel Tower, but I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
I said to my sons, both of them, said, always question everything, even question why I'm telling you to question everything.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Seems interesting to me. And then, of course, we had Wally and his defense of the Tesla spaceman for 2 days now. We've had that going on.
Yeah.
Starman, I think he's called.
Yeah, I've gone through all of the glitches of see-through cars and tires being deflated.
That's one that he does not know about yet. But if he listens to this live stream, he might figure it out. That's one I have not laid on him yet. But
yeah, there's just too many, isn't there?
oh dear.
But
At least
actually,
the
you know, one of those graphical glitches is when there's like a snake or a dragon or something in the clouds as it's passing, and there is a glitch in that, and that is already in one of the videos that I've put out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the maybe you don't understand or only fools. Yeah, that very particular graphical glitch.
It is fun to watch the model affliction happen day after day after day in our Discord.
Well, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Gadget knows the Eiffel Tower is real. He was up it 3 times. I think on my visit to Paris, I was.
Yeah,
I think I went up it at least 2 times. It might have been 3 times.
Yeah, it's robbery after robbery.
Oh, that
interesting thing though.
Well,
does anybody, for those of you who have not been to Paris before or been along the Seine, that's the river that runs through Paris. Does anybody know that there's an exact replica of the Statue of Liberty, but miniature?
Really?
I did not know this till I saw it. Yeah.
It does seem like
along one of the bridges on the Seine.
Oh yeah.
Right in the middle of the one of the middle stanchion, I guess, under the bridge. There's a miniature Statue of Liberty. Exact replica.
Lady.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't know. Dude looked like a lady, I think, but personally, I always have.
I agree with you. But is there any writing or anything around it in Paris?
I didn't know. It's actually on the Seine, so you'd have to get up and close and personal. I don't know what you have to do, but
how tall would you
saw
say
it on.
Stay safe out there, won't you?
Maybe 6 to 8 feet at the most. I mean, it was small.
Okay.
Yeah, it fit easily under the bridge. Oh, confirmation from Gadget.
Oh yeah,
I am correct.
Yeah,
he's there. I'm correct.
I'm trying my best.
Yeah, you've got your work cut out for you though.
Yeah, and I had no idea I was on this boat tour, and we had gone under that bridge, and I was looking over the side, and I kind of looked behind me and go, "What the heck?"
He's doing a podcast right now.
It's the Statue of Liberty. Holy crap!
Good evening.
Good evening.
And then I started thinking maybe that was the real Statue of Liberty, and the French just
I need a rod.
played a joke on us and said,
I need a rod as well.
These stupid Americans this huge thing in
Well, that's an idiot.
and see if they actually try to put it together.
I think this French statue was first.
Do you know whose bag is
I
under
read
the stairs?
something about that.
Yeah,
many
that's
years ago.
it's a communal. We put
But
food in there.
because
and we
this
put
is
water
this
in there for
statue
everyone
is
to use.
Yeah, and a shattered bottle, I see.
And a what?
for French Revolution.
A broken bottle.
So I
Oh.
think it was connected.
Well,
with-
that's not
with
good.
that.
Someone dodgy's put
Yeah.
that in
It
there.
was- I think it was first. This French.
I think you're probably
You can
right.
have that.
I think you're probably right. And yes, Gadget, it was a gift. Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French to the U.S.
Yeah, feel free to
I'm not
check
sure
it,
I
and if there's
remember
anything
why.
dodgy in there,
Maybe
remove
for
it.
helping the
Yeah, we'll
French
check
cut
it.
people's heads off. I'm not sure. It could have been something like that. French Revolution or something. I can't remember exactly. To brush up on my U.S. history.
There's a bottle and the locksmith tools.
Oh,
Yeah, I confiscated them.
okay. Yeah, we've just
that
been
given
putting,
to us after
food
the
and drink
Revolutionary
out
War?
for everybody to
No, that's fine. It's fine.
community.
No, I don't think so. I think it was well, it was
Okay,
after,
nothing.
but quite a bit after.
Bonjour.
Or a bit after. I can't remember.
I think
Good
so.
evening.
I'd have
There
to.
we go.
You can wiki it real quick.
Not bad.
it'll tell
Not
you.
bad. Bev's doing his podcast
You want me to?
right now, and we're
Yeah, yeah.
doing some fishing.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, Friday night.
Wiki it.
Friday
Oh, no,
night.
Saturday night, isn't it? Saturday night.
So,
Friday.
Jimmy, I've confiscated from a bag a broken bottle and a pair of locksmith tools.
Okay, cool. Alright, we need to go to that goal.
Right.
July 4th, 1881.
There you go.
So it was 5 years after. You know, what they
Eight?
claim.
1881 or
Yeah.
1781.
Yeah, right. 1881. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
So more than 100 years after the
Yeah,
revolution.
100 years.
Mhm. So it wasn't in relation to the French Revolution because that was 1799.
She went on with the French, didn't it?
In their revolution, or well,
I think they
I think-
they used to rule the world.
yeah. Well, I think many would say that whether it was their revolution or our revolution, the French were dodgy.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure that we would have won the Revolutionary War without France. At least without their military help. Anyway.
Yeah, at the heart of a lot of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always, the way they try and put barriers up. I mean, they say there's a long-standing feud between the British and the French. I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
Other than what's been told, right?
Mm-hmm.
Paralogism. We always
Yeah, and
used
then
to go
there's-
on holiday to France, so I can't
Yeah.
see why we'd go on holiday to a place where there's meant to be a feud or whatever. I mean, I don't think we ever had that.
And then there's obviously the whole thing with Germans in Germany stemming from World War II. But what floored me was finding out that the royal family is German, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what always floors me.
Yeah, it's all linked together, isn't it? It's all...
Kind of makes you wonder if the Germans actually won World War II.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah, of course he did.
I would have to guess, yeah.
Cleverly.
Yeah,
I think so.
I distinct possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get back to the logic and
Yeah.
how it's all being twisted. Because that's what it does seem to be. there is a it talked about within that speech or the introduction to the geometry. It's he said came under a skeptical attack. So I'll try and find it for you, because I'm pretty sure I saved it as a thing here. There we go. It says, it was not long after the turn of the century that this new, delightful new naturalist and rationalist, that is, open to reasoned knowledge project, was subjected to the most excoriating criticisms by Parmenides, whose skeptical attack questioned the very possibility of obtaining sure and certain, timeless, necessarily true knowledge at all, let alone of the material or physical world. It may have been in response to this skeptical attack that the philosophers of philosophers of nature noticed that amongst all of the claims to sure and certain knowledge, the statements of geometry or knowledge of geometry was in some way distinguished. So it's like this skeptical attack
took down everything but geometry.
It's been there all of the time, right? It's always been there, this skeptical attack, and the way that people try to come with these types of statements, right? The ones that question the very core of truth.
And then they finally were able to strike some sort of blow in the early 1800s with the imaginary geometry, it appears. Not a death knell for sure, but got a lot of people bamboozled.
Yeah. I might have to look back at that, dudes. Parmenides. Have a look. Have a quick search. Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Parmenides of Elea, active in the earlier part of the 5th century BC. Authored a difficult metaphysical poem that has earned him a reputation as early Greek philosophy, most profound and challenging thinker. His philosophical stance has typically been understood as at once extremely paradoxical and yet crucial for the broader development of Greek natural philosophy and metaphysics. A metaphysical monist.
A metaphysical what?
Who so challenged the naive cosmological theories of his predecessors that his major successors among pre-Socratics We're all driven to develop more sophisticated physical theories in response to his arguments. Difficulties involved in the interpretation of his poem have resulted in disagreement about many fundamental questions concerning his philosophical views, such as whether he actually was a monist, and if so, what kind of monist he was, whether his system reflected a critical... we might have to go over this.
Yeah, sounds super interesting.
Whether his system reflected the critical attitude towards earlier thinkers such as the Milesians. I've heard of that. Where have I heard of them? Must be in the Republic, I think. The Milesians,
Yes. One of the cities.
Pythagoreans, and Heraclitus. Oh, what? Or whether he was motivated simply by more strictly logical concerns, such as the paradox of negative existentials that Bertrand Russell detected at the heart of his thought. There you go. There you go. Right. I'll put that in the chat because that is handy. I'll put it in the Trivium as well, since that's the sort of stuff that I think we should be going over on Tuesday.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Yeah. No matter what, they're always after truth and logic. Whoever that they are, right? Because people have too much of that truth and too much of that logic. They're much harder to control. Much harder to pull the wool over your eyes.
This Askin's brought in as well.
What's that?
What's in agents?
Thought forms.
Yeah. I have to go over that as well.
Yeah, we're getting into some good shit, Bev.
Yeah.
For real.
Askin sent that over to me. I planned on watching that later today.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to watch it too now. And I gotta watch Spot On's thing as well.
Yeah, we're getting some
all
good
this stuff,
videos
man.
and stuff to come. Yeah,
We are getting some good stuff.
That's what being around people like this does. Everybody goes off on their own journeys, right? They go down their own little learning journey, and it's good to catch up with everybody else's little things to put them all together. Because there's Logos moments in all of them, right? Because whoever's giving you these videos, they found a little moment of that Logos. It's something's linked with them, and they're trying to give the video to us to see whether you also get it as well. And it does, it works really brilliantly. Just these short videos. There's some interesting times coming forward, some interesting conversations to come.
Yeah, I did, for those of you that are listening in Discord and the YouTube, I did mention to Bev after the show yesterday that it's palpable that there's been a pull away from us. And it speaks volumes. I mean, we still have our Wallies every day that come in here. But I don't know that anybody wants any part of where we're going in this arena that we've been in for a while now. which it's amazing to me. Not surprising, just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed with the conversations that we are having. But I'm not surprised that what's occurred, because along with us losing the trolls, we've lost all conversation from anyone from the Globe side, which speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does.
That very fact that they're not here to come and have these conversations, because it's very hard to say that we're, I don't know, bigoted or racist or vile or whatever when we're just having a conversation about things. You almost have to do that what they did to Socrates and sort of make up stories about it.
Right.
Because that is a story that doesn't really get shown, or, I mean, has it been shown? Is it very similar to many stories about people? To me, it's a sign that says, like, don't bother looking into this. Yeah, we'll have a look into the logic. I don't want to be getting too much into it now. Friday night. It's meant to be a chill bit of the week. Look, Alpha's in here.
Hey, Alpha, what's up?
I need to go and make the missus a brew, so.
Hey.
There you go.
How's your week been?
Yeah, one to forget.
I hear you. Yeah, my this week and next week is going to be ones to forget.
It's a weird state of affairs in the world these days, so.
Yeah, you can say that again. That we can definitely agree on. It's just free for all Friday tonight, so we're just chilling out. We haven't hit on anything specifically. Threw out a few things. I threw out one you might want to get your opinion on. I don't know if you were listening to the live stream or not at all, but found a professor. You know, we're doing these logic nights, right? And going over the trivium stuff, which includes logic. So I was doing some research on it and found a guy that I gotta take a call, guys. John or somebody can ask Alpha and see what he thinks about that Tubbs guy.
About putting Socrates on trial.
Yeah, that's the book.
In modern day, it's a book he wrote. I'm not as familiar with it as Kevin is, or I just heard about it today. But yeah, it's a book about Socrates. The name of the book is Socrates on Trial, and I guess he's brought into modern times. But that's basically as much as I can explain about it.
It's questioning whether logic is prejudicial.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Thanks, Bev. I forgot about that part. Most important part.
Yeah. And we haven't looked into it that much, any of us, really. But we've got the header of the, you know, the preface or whatever of the thing. And that's what he's suggesting, that you should perhaps contemplate that the fact that there may be an inbuilt prejudice into logic And truth, even. He questioned truth, didn't he?
I am afraid that in the future it may come to that truth and logic will be just superstition. For
far away.
Governments, so to speak.
Man, in my opinion, you can get into a pretty significant debate about that on whether, if you are prejudiced at all or biased at all, are you really applying logic, or is it the fact that the prejudice or bias that exists in your mind is actually warping the logic, so you believe you're being logical, but in turn you could probably prove or take a standpoint that you've warped logic and therefore not are being logical if you're applying any sort of bias or prejudice in there, which is probably impossible to prove.
Very true. You make the logic fit your prejudice.
Yeah,
Very
warp
true.
it. Yeah.
Paralogisms.
Yeah. The thing that got me was, I don't know if anybody mentioned this while I was taking my call, but what did he say? Truth, nature, and freedom, as well as logic. Because this guy closely linked truth, nature, and freedom as Aristotelian logic that is responsible for prejudice and inequality. Especially the truth part and the freedom part. I mean, nature, I don't know how nature does, but the truth and the freedom part kind of make you go, holy moly. Okay. I'm going to have to buy his book now. He probably did that on purpose just so somebody like me would buy his stupid book for $20.
Just so you could show how. Well, I bet it's one of those books where he ends up saying that he doesn't really know. He's just posing the question.
Yeah. Oh, George is in the YouTube chat. Hey, George.
Really?
Yeah. Just having a chat. It looks like.
Who's he having a chat with?
Oh, he's just answering Gadget. It looks like about Ellis Island because Gadget had mentioned going to see the statue.
Nice. Oh, I think he's coming over. He's doing a tour of Europe, isn't he, George?
That's what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if
he might put that on the list.
Yeah, if he's listening. When you planning on going over, George? If you're listening, got your tickets already? Heading over. It's a nice time to go to UK. I'm sure.
June, I think we said. I'm
June,
pretty sure we've heard June.
It's a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's a couple weeks, unless it's like towards the end of June. Yeah, you got to get over there before any crazy lockdowns start happening again.
Not Ellis Island, Kevin. Liberty Island.
Liberty Island, yes. Yeah. Ellis Island is well, he had gone to visit to New York to see the Statue of Liberty and visited Ellis Island, is what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, Liberty Island. You're correct. That's where Statue of Liberty is. Yeah, if anybody hasn't visited it and you're going to go visit it, my suggestion is to go about 450 miles to the west and go see Niagara Falls instead. It's much more awe-inspiring, in my opinion.
I've been to Niagara Falls so many times that I don't care about Niagara Falls anymore.
Yeah, me too. I grew up there, close to there. Been there hundreds of times. Still beautiful every time I go, though.
It is. It's amazing when if you sit back and think about how many things in our lives that we actually take for granted when you have things like that, and you can't understand how people are so drawn to them when they've never seen them before, because you just completely take it for granted, and it's just weird that way.
100%. Yeah. I go now, and when if we take family up that hasn't been or to visit or whatnot from other parts of the country, and I'll go in my mind. I'm going, yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. Good to be back. I'm like, it's ready to go now. Like 10 minutes, I'm like, ready to go. And of course, people's eyes are popping out of their heads when they're actually there.
I'm right next door, and I haven't been there in probably 10, 15 years.
Well, that's saying exactly what Alf was talking about. You don't care anymore, John.
Yeah.
You just don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's like I've seen the Festival of Lights there, and I go in the winter where it's all half frozen over, and people talk about it like it's an amazing thing, and you're sitting there like, what do you mean it's an amazing thing? I could go there anytime I want. I've already seen it multiple times. I don't care.
Yeah, very true.
The Maid of the Mist is a pretty cool ride. If you've never been on it.
George says Statue of Liberty is on Ellis Island, John.
Yeah, I know that's where it was supposed to be. That's why I always believed it was. But you look it up. Today it says it's on Liberty Island.
Yeah, I believe you are right. It's Liberty Island. Yeah, it's not Ellis Island.
I would have answered Ellis.
Teeny tiny island is Statue of Liberty is on. Ellis Island has all the buildings and everything where people came through and so on.
Has anybody ever been to the top of the Statue of Liberty?
Yep.
Look it up, Kevin. No, they haven't.
Yep. I always say yep. No, you can't.
The Statue of Liberty was damaged. I can't remember what year.
Yeah, you can't go up it.
And you can't get to the top.
Mm-mm.
I know people who have been to the top.
Cannot get all the way up to the top.
Are they still teaching that the Statue of Liberty is on Ellis Island? Does anybody know? Because I know.
No, not today. I don't think so. No.
It's crazy to me, some of the things that we were taught or people are taught, like things like Columbus didn't actually land on the continental United States, and yet things like that just regularly made its way into education, and you get older and find out that it's not actually the case.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought, I remember this thinking, I could have sworn I was taught that Statue of Liberty was Ellis Island, but it's not.
I could have swore I was taught the same thing.
Those are when people start bringing up Mandela effect.
Yeah, it's a Mandela. Yeah, come on. You'd have never been told a wrong.
No. It has to be some kind of time warp.
You must have misremembered it.
I knew that would get Bev going.
Well, I think we've grown up and just been told parts of truth or half-truths our entire lives, that the government just doesn't think we need the whole picture. And when you get older and you start to understand more, you realize that people have been drawing incorrect conclusions their whole lives because of us being just told half of the story all the time.
Yeah, lucky if we get half the story. I mean, what governments trust their citizens? Can you name me one?
I think the problem exists that the government looks at the population as a whole, and as a whole, there's plenty of people that are not the most intellectually sound, if you know what I mean. So they dumb it down and give half stories, and you grow up and then half the population is like, we've been lied to, or we haven't been given the whole story, and half the population is too stupid to realize either way.
Mm-hmm.
take a look at the flag they fly next time you watch Congress or anything like that. They fly the flag with the gold frill around the edge. That's the war flag. Not supposed to be flown unless you're at war. Who are they at war with? People.
I couldn't agree more with that. Well, Alpha, I don't want to, don't be like it's doxing or anything, but you're Canadian, I think you said, right?
Yeah, I'm in Canada now, but
Yeah,
I share my time, at least before COVID, between Canada and the US.
Oh, okay.
He does have a boot in there in the way he talks. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, well, you know, we can get that every once in a while if you grew up in Western New York, because we're so close to Canada. Been to Canada hundreds of times as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk like say about and say things more like in America, or I can sometimes talk more like I'm from the South in America.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, my natural, if I speak quickly, you definitely can hear the oot and a boot and more Canadian.
Where's Turnip and SE when you need him? And God's scalpel.
Oh, my southern draw would be brutal these days, but I lived down there for years, and I always just call it's kind of lazy speak. You say half of words. You'd say things like, "How y'all doing tonight?" And, you know.
Yeah. It didn't take me long moving from Western New York to Texas to pick up the y'alls and draw a little bit. It did not take me long at all.
What the funniest I found down there was the cuisine differences between North and South, how you eat grits and things like that. And it became very easy to figure out where people were from based upon how they took certain things like that.
Definitely.
Or, I mean, in the South, it's all sweet tea, right? And in the North,
sweet tea everywhere.
Yeah, in the North, it's not. So people would come in, and you knew if they were asking for sweet tea that they were generally from the South, and every place down there had some. I hated it, being more from the North and Canada and then Northern U.S. I was like, what do you, this sweet tea's terrible. It's so sweet, it's ridiculous. I don't know how you drink this.
Yeah, I if I get a taste of sweet tea, I spit it out. I can't handle it. It's horrible.
Same. And seeing people sweeten their own tea with these sweeteners and artificial, I'm like, this stuff is awful. Like, how do you consume this?
I know it. Terrible.
And then, yeah, the grits thing. Like, I like my grits savory. I eat it like with salt and pepper, and that's how I do it. I'm not tons of brown sugar and sweeten that thing up like I'm eating a breakfast cereal or oatmeal. That's just not me.
No, but at least here in Texas, it is that way. It's butter and salt and pepper, and that's it on the grits. It's more savory than it is. You say it was sweet.
And
Some people
how I like
will do syrup on theirs. Some people, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe I got it backwards. So J-Rose saying he's from the South, grits, salt, butter, pepper. Maybe I'm mistaken, and I eat mine that way, and it was the northern people that wanted it sweet. I can't remember.
I think that's if they even know what it is. Up north, we had at least growing up. I'm in my 50s. We had cream of wheat was a thing.
Well, I was just gonna say, people in the north, I think, ate it like cream of wheat, which I knew from growing up. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Yep, for sure. But you wouldn't have that with eggs. I mean, if you were going to have that in the Northeast when I was growing up, that's what you had. It was in place of cereal or oatmeal or anything else. But you didn't have it with eggs. It's like, no. As soon as I came down south, though, oh yeah, that's on the plate. That's on the same plate with your eggs and chicken fried steak and all that stuff that I love now.
Man, I love that stuff now. Biscuits and gravy and shit like that. But I always wanted my grits on the side so I could still have it the way I liked it, not sweet and not mixed with eggs and stuff. But you're right. I see people all the time just plow it all together, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, it all ends up in the same place anyway. No, that doesn't work for me. Sorry.
Interesting times. Good conversation there, guys. What's grits?
Yeah, what are grits? Come on, you don't know what grits are?
What's grits? I love that.
Bev, do you know what like cream of wheat is by chance?
Do they have that in the UK?
Cream of wheat.
Yeah.
It's like a really, really fine porridge. Like really fine.
Yeah, just so Bev, the easiest way to think about it is grits is oatmeal made from corn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if we even have anything equivalent of that. I wouldn't know what it is.
You know what I grew up eating all the time? I don't know if you eat this, Bev. I'm sure you've had them. Man, I ate Weetabix every day with sugar on them for breakfast.
Yeah, we do have Weetabix, yeah. And most notably for babies. That's what I can remember. Both my lads have Weetabix for breakfast. Mash it up in a little bowl. Feed it to him with a spoon.
It soaks up milk like instantly and goes to mush.
Is that what grits is?
No, grits is. I mean, if you, no, it's really more. All I can do to explain it, like the guy said, it's like oatmeal, but it's made from corn.
It's like wet. You know what cornmeal is, yeah, Bev?
No.
You don't know what cornmeal is?
No.
What do you guys put on the bottom of your pizzas? Gotta put cornmeal on the bottom of your pizzas. No, when they're cooking in an oven, a hot oven. Oh my
No, it
goodness.
would be.
We're gonna have to.
So the cornmeal is like little yellow dots, Bev, that helps things not stick. That goes on the outside of the crust.
It's like a coarse flour. It's like a coarse flour, but it's made out of corn.
What is it? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to.
Kevin, send them something.
Oh my gosh, I know it, right? Need to get Bev hooked on cream of wheat. That would be terrible.
If you're gonna get him hooked on anything, man, get him hooked on cornbread.
Oh, cornbread's so good. I haven't had that in so long.
It's good.
Thanks, Alpha. Thanks for nothing. I can't have it. I don't have a cheat day for another 2 weeks. Cornbread's a really good idea.
Yeah, cornbread is so good, and
Ugh,
it's
yeah.
not around the world at all.
Wegmans has it all the time.
Shut up, John. Shut up. As I do not want you to say that word again.
Okay.
You know what word I'm talking about, don't you? Because I live in Texas, and I know what's up in Western New York. So don't say that word again with the W word.
You got it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The greatest grocery store ever. Yeah, we have pretenders down here, John, that try to be. They know of Wegmans.
What did they have down there? I can't remember. Was it Hilo or?
No, the big ones down here are Kroger.
Kroger,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, Kroger and Albertsons.
I don't remember Albertsons, but Kroger I remember.
They're a Safeway. They're connected with Safeway. You've probably heard of Safeway.
Yep.
I've been to plenty of Safeways.
Yeah.
My store, I lived in South Carolina for years, so I was going to Piggly Wiggly all the time.
Piggly Wiggly, or the Food Lion in the Southeast.
Yeah, I know Food Lion. Food Lion was because it was open 24 hours, so I'd go there after hours if need be.
Yep.
And then it was Kroger, and there's another one I'm drawing a blank on.
Yeah, but down here in Texas, they actually know about Wegmans, which is strictly, New York. I think there's some in Pennsylvania now. There's one in Virginia Beach, but they don't go any further than that.
Yeah,
but they
if
know
I'm-
about them down here.
If I'm all through New York State and stuff, I'm going to Wegmans and whatnot. I remember the other place now, Publix.
Oh yeah,
Publix
Publix.
is-
Yeah. Yep. Kevlar says HEB runs the show. Yeah, HEB Central Market down here. That's who they think they're Wegmans, but they're not even close. Yeah, so now we've talked about grocery stores and cornbread, cream of wheat, grits. Cream of wheat is not grits. Grits is different, but it's close.
I've just been reading up about it's about the coarseness of the grains.
Yes. And I still find it troubling that in England they don't put cornmeal underneath the pizzas when they cook them. I'm concerned about that.
Well, the pizza normally goes in the oven.
Yes,
but
it does.
We wouldn't. Yeah, but
with cornmeal on the bottom.
Yeah, we don't have stone ovens and stuff like that. We just have a regular oven, and it goes on tinfoil. Normally, the pizza is out the freezer.
Out of the freezer.
Hey, there's
That's
an interesting thing to talk about is why do we still call it tinfoil?
Yeah, because it's not tin anymore.
Yeah,
that's a good
It
point.
hasn't been for like 60 years. It's been made with aluminum or aluminium.
Yep. That's another thing that you brought that up. How is aluminum and aluminium the same damn thing? And they're both correct.
Do you want to know how? The word
Yeah, I
is
wanna know how.
actually aluminium. It got changed because Americans could not say the word.
We're always causing trouble. See, John, it's all your fault, John. Just because you couldn't say aluminium. I can say it.
I was laughing in the background. I'm doing my dishes. I was laughing.
Yeah, I heard that they're both correct. It's like, how can they both be correct? Come on, it's ridiculous.
It's just a regional dialect, isn't it?
Yeah, but it adds another letter.
Yeah, in this case, it's not just a different pronunciation. The words are spelled differently.
Yeah. Bizarre.
Same thing, though.
It's not
I
like
still
the
think it's
difference
correct.
between laboratory and laboratory where there's no change in the spelling at all. It's just pronunciation.
Yeah.
Well, that'll probably because somebody said, well, you can't say it differently. And they'll go, well, it's got a different letter in it, hasn't it? Like, has it? It has now.
It has now. Exactly. Or it's a Mandela effect thing. That never got fixed, never got fully changed over. That's funny.
Okay, Kevin, as long as you brought it up, is it real or do you not think it's real?
What?
Mandela effect.
No, no, it's not real.
Oh, I disagree with you on that one.
No, it's
There we
not.
go.
How is it real?
John likes
Come on,
the
John.
conspiracies.
How do you
Come
prove
on.
it? How do you
Yeah.
actually prove that somebody has a legitimate false memory?
Oh, God. Ed McMahon worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. I used to look at the envelope, come to the house when I was a kid all the time. You're not going to tell me that's a false memory. I remember it distinctly like it was yesterday. Ed McMahon worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. There's no question in my mind about it.
Yeah, that's 100% true. He did the commercials.
Did the commercials? I mean, there's residue showing that. But yeah, I remember the envelopes. I used to ask my mother, why don't we send these in? All the time. But that's just one. But go ahead. I don't mean to lead you into the Mandela effect. I just wanted to
Beyond me. Oh no, it's Free for All Friday, John.
Yeah.
Come on now. Trust me, I get that one, and the only other one that got me was the Berenstein Bears.
But what about the Lion and the Lamb?
No, I see. I didn't remember it that way.
You didn't remember it that way.
No,
Wow.
and the other one is there's a Star Wars one that I didn't remember
That's
the way that they said it was.
C-3PO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Actually.
Well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Fruit of the Loom. You don't remember the cornucopia?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But I never paid attention.
What about the Panama Canal changing direction?
What?
Yeah, it used to be from east to west. Now it's north and south.
What?
What do you mean it's north and south?
Look it up, dude. I'm telling. Hey, I'm just spreading the news.
Does anybody else think that the Panama Canal is north and south?
Look it up. It's north and south.
Due north and south, or northeast, southeast?
No, it's not.
Sorry, northeast, southwest.
Yeah, but it's directionally north and south now. Yeah, it used to run east to west, and there's people that they talked to that actually were in the Navy and went through the Panama Canal, and they said it was east. They asked them the question what direction it was before they told them that it's north and south now. They said it's east to west.
Damn it! Now I wished I would have gone through the Panama Canal when I was in the Navy. I never did. That sucks.
So yeah, I'm just throwing shit out there. Hey, you know, it's something it's weird. Yeah, I hate offering subjects because, you know, if they're stupid, I don't want it to reflect back at me.
That's why there's Free for All Friday. There's nothing stupid. Well, I mean, there's stupid things, but they can be said on Friday. That's why we have it.
Well, yeah, if you really want to get into it, you got to visit Brian Staley's channel. Man, he's a fanatic about it. There's no question in his mind. Supernatural changes are occurring.
Well, that would be one notch in the evidence tree for we're all in the Matrix, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which a lot of people believe simulation.
You know, I can't take it off the table. That's for sure. There's just the way some shit happens. Definitely makes you wonder that could be just that. Or are we each just on our own journey and the reality around us is similar but not exactly the same? Because obviously we don't see things the same way, everybody. So it's strange, dude.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it fucking
Anyway, go ahead. Anybody wants to offer anything else up?
I can't believe Bev's never had cornbread.
Say that to my face, you
That's
pussy.
horrible.
Yeah, that would be a treat.
No chicken fried steak, Bev? They have that over there?
Yes, it is, Mr. Brown. Sebastian Brown, not Jeremy Brown.
You playing the game again?
I'm gonna have the cornbread because, like I say, I think I've got an allergy to wheat, and I'm guessing that's okay, is it?
Yeah, it doesn't. You can make cornbread without flour.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I read polenta, which
Yeah,
I
polenta.
have actually heard of, right?
Yes.
Polenta's good.
Polenta is good.
It's the same thing, right? According
It
to the
is.
thing. Oh,
Yep.
well, very
It is the
similar,
same.
just different
It's-
coarse
Yep.
grains. Or
It
whatever.
is correct. Yep. Polenta is a cornmeal. I think it's finer than the cornmeal we have here that makes cornbread. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for it.
Mhm.
See how I can introduce it to my food. Oh. Yes, we learn
Carbs though. Yeah, carbs though, so be careful.
Yeah.
So Bev, you can't have chicken parmo.
I don't even know what that is.
Really, you don't know what chicken parmo is?
Chicken parmesan?
No, it's a UK thing. It's like a
It is.
quick
Is it?
service food. Yeah, breaded chicken with in bechamel sauce and fried up and cheese and stuff. It's bad for you, but really good.
I don't remember that when I was there.
It might be a regional thing. I don't know. There's a lot of different foods there that are quite regional. Like maybe it's Newcastle thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It's a popular takeaway food, as far as I know.
Maybe regional.
I just noticed Jeff in the YouTube chat said pure aluminium is too unstable. That's funny, Jeff. It's good.
Yeah, cornbread's Jay Rose talking about in chat. Cornbread's another thing where you can get it pretty sweet and people eat it with syrup like it's a dessert versus.
Oh no, that's sacrilege.
Some people do that. I like mine semi-sweet, I would say, and then eat it with your traditional kind of fixings and meal.
Yeah, J Rose got it right. Sweetened, but not too sweet.
Yeah, agreed.
Too much of that. I blame the Canadians. They like to put that maple syrup on everything.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I mean, my son loves maple syrup on his bacon, and I put hot sauce on my bacon. Like I'm totally different.
Yeah, no, don't get me going with that stuff. My wife puts her egg in her over easy or whatever egg in between two pancakes. I hate it. I can't stand it. It's disgusting.
The song California Dreamin', are you familiar with it?
Yes.
Sing it from the part Stopped into a Church. You know where it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I heard it.
Stopped into a church, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm putting you on the spot, Kevin. How's it feel?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, payback's a bitch, I guess. I want to say, stopped into a church. I met along the way or something like that.
Passed along the way.
I passed along the way, yeah.
No. No, it's both wrong. Actually.
Something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. No, wait a minute.
Don't tell me I'm wrong, John.
Stopped into a church. I passed along the way, got down on my knees.
And I began to pray. Oh, no, it's not that. That's what I thought it was, but it's not that, right?
Well, that's my memory now is I pretend to pray.
What?
Yes. Now you listen to the lyrics. It's stopped at church, got down on my knees, and I pretend to pray.
Yeah, I think it is.
Doesn't even make sense. Unless he was just messing with the priest. But yeah, I used to sing that song. Man, I grew up with that stuff. I began to pray. Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, did you know that see, that's the thing about lyrics though, is anytime you look up lyrics, they purposely, I think they have to, or something, they have to get one of the lines incorrect. A word or something needs to be incorrect. I don't know if it has to do with copyright or something. I have no idea. But you look up any song, doesn't matter. Look up the lyrics.
There's an interview with what's her name? The one girl, not Cass Elliot, the other one that was in the group, if you remember. But there's an interview with her. She wrote the lyrics for the song, and this interview was in 2017. She claims that she wrote it as "Got down on my knees and I pretend to pray." But Cass Elliot used to tell her, "What?" She goes, "I never sang those lyrics. I always sang began to pray." So even between the two, the lady that wrote the lyrics and Cass Elliot sang the other lyrics.
Maybe that's why Cass Elliott's dead.
I don't know. Just weird shit. That's all.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been researching these. I've not even heard of half of these.
No, I just
Yeah, some of them.
I listened to this one channel and just out
I
of
mean,
curiosity.
the reason that they call it the Mandela effect, I know for a fact it isn't, the thing that caused it to be called that.
He was supposed to be dead and then he was
Yeah.
alive again. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he didn't die. I mean, he's dead now.
I don't
but-
have a good memory on that one, so I can't say yes or
I mean,
no.
so if you're gonna pick a name for something, at least make it one of these. Call it Berenstein Bears or something. Because
What
I
about-
definitely remember that one.
You remember the beginning of the Disney cartoons when we were kids? How what's her name used to fly around with the magic wand?
What's her name? Tinkerbell, you mean?
Yeah, Tinkerbell. Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember that? She used to touch the magic wand and all these things used to shoot up on top of us. I can't remember what it was, but that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, they changed that stuff. You saying it never existed, or someone saying it never existed?
They're saying it never existed. Yeah.
Yeah. Dodgy shit.
What about
Who's saying it never existed?
Yeah, that's the thing.
if you look into the history, you look up Wikipedia and all that, they're going to say that it was never that way.
Well, consider the source. Is what I'd say there.
I do. I mean, I'm not taking any position on it. I take it in and see what happens.
All I can say is if we're in a simulation, they better damn well have a Wegmans wherever the reality is. I'm gonna be pissed.
Maybe you're just making these changes for after the reset. So history is not what we remember it. It's going to be what they want it to be.
Yeah, it's already that way.
Yeah,
it already is what they say it is.
Yeah, digital book burning.
Hey, we got some jokes, some dad jokes in the YouTube channel. Taking back Eden. How much does a pirate pay for corn? Somebody got that one? Come on, don't look at the YouTube chat. No cheating.
How much does a pirate pay for corn?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, you knew it immediately?
Yeah, I've known this is a dad joke. I don't expect our friends
dad
outside
joke?
the U.S. to get it, but necessarily. Huh?
You said it's a dad joke?
Yeah, it's a dad joke. You know what dad jokes are, right? Corny jokes.
Pardon me?
Corny jokes, lame jokes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. How much does a pirate pay for corn? A buccaneer.
Oh, God.
See? Come on.
A buccaneer.
Dad jokes.
That's what I
It's
said,
like
dad
granddad
jokes.
jokes.
Yeah, taking back Eden in the YouTube chat. What did baby corn say to mom corn? Where's popcorn? Baby corn, mom corn. Come on, guys.
Come on.
This is good stuff.
We're supposed to be
For
thinking
Free for
live
All Friday. Then Gadget says that's a corny joke. Good one, Gadget. Good one. Gadget, all this food talk has led me to the kitchen. It's late. It's past your dinner time, Gadget. Stop it. It's what, 10, quarter after 10 there? Depending on, is France only in one time zone?
Yeah. So.
Gadget wants to know if Bigfoot's a fish because you've been fishing while you were looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah, we were looking for Bigfoot earlier, but it gets a bit boring and I can't can't really drive around, and I'm not that good a gamer yet to be able to do the gaming and keep talking like people train themselves to do. I'll be good at it later.
Yeah, eventually.
Just gotta get there. Fishing is my pace at the minute.
It's 23:15 where Gadget is 11:15, and he's filling his belly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something. It's making me hungry too. You're all saying it's really good, but I haven't got a clue what it is. Don't know. I don't know if I have had it or not yet.
Yeah, well, don't worry about the grits thing. Definitely get on the cornbread thing.
Okay, I just thought of one more. It's
Yep.
Snow White, but she approaches the mirror. What does she say?
When Snow White approaches the mirror, or when the evil queen does.
Yeah, the Wicked
evil
Witch.
queen.
Evil Queen.
Evil
Yeah, what does
Queen.
she say?
Yeah, this is another one that I don't remember it the way that they say it was supposed
How do you
to be.
remember it?
I can't remember. It's been a while. I
You
know it's
remember mirror, mirror on the wall.
That's it.
yeah,
It's
but
not,
it wasn't. It's not on the wall. No.
No, it's magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
They're saying it was never mirror, mirror on the wall.
No, it was Magic Mirror. I remember that as a kid.
No, it wasn't magic mirror. It was mirror,
Yeah.
mirror.
No.
Oh, Kevin, you're Mandela affected big time.
See?
I think the one that I can remember, the one that got me the most was Grand Central Station.
That's a good one too, Bev, for sure.
Yeah.
Instead of what?
Well, it
Grand
isn't
Central.
called Grand Central Station, is it?
Nope.
What's it called?
I don't know. But it's
Grand
got it.
Central Terminal.
It's got its
Grand Central Terminal.
wrote in stone.
Terminal, yes.
Yeah.
Terminal.
But
Always
it's known
Grand
as
Central Station.
Grand Central Station, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, Mike knows all that stuff.
Literally naming it right now. We've been calling Grand Central Station since I was a kid. But it's Grand Central's terminal on the grid.
Yeah, so you can't really call that Mandela effect, can you? Because, I mean, I've never been there, but I've never heard of Grand Central Terminal.
Grand Central Terminal.
Never heard of it.
What would you call it? Colloquial term? It's just what people refer to it as, but it's always
Yeah.
been Grand Central Terminal.
I don't think just being raised up, I know how it was always referred to. It's never referred to as Grand Central
Well,
Terminal.
didn't someone say that? Didn't you say that that's what's written on it?
I believe now, yes.
Yeah, but I think everybody calls it Grand Central Station.
Well, why would they call it Grand Central Station if that's not what it was called?
I don't know. Why do people call aluminum? I don't know.
I call it aluminum.
Yeah, I know you do. So do I.
That's the difference in countries, but Grand Central Terminal has always been there in one place. Yeah, not that I wanted to add to it or anything.
The Monopoly Man, does he wear a moniker? Monocle, sorry?
A monocle?
Yes.
The Monopoly Man?
Yeah.
I've seen
him
depicted with one, yes. But I know on my
I like how carefully he's answering these questions.
No, because I know on the Monopoly game that we have, he does not. He doesn't have one. But I know he's been depicted that way.
the way I always remember him for sure.
Yeah, there you go, Mike. Put in the
Yeah.
chat his ticket, Grand Central Terminal 1. Holy shit.
I'm sure if you go through, there's tons of things like that. Like I know in Canada, Highway 401 is really McDonald Cartier Freeway, and it's never called that. I don't think people even know that's what it's called. I think there's tons of stuff that you start going through, and what we call things is not the actual name.
The thing is, you can
Paralogisms.
look up residue on a lot of these things and find those names that way. I mean, there's a ton of residue on a lot of these things that show it the way we remember it, not the way it's shown now. It's a strange subject for sure. It'll make your head go crazy.
The bastards.
Like I said, I don't let it affect me. I just take it in and see where it ends up eventually.
Yeah, we've covered all sorts of things on this Free for All Friday, haven't we? 2 hours. We even had the YouTube chat involved. Although I don't, they haven't glommed onto the Mandela effect thing. Doesn't look like in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, YouTube chat doesn't want to get into that sort of stuff. No doubt it's one of those ones that it's been over. People have gone over that, and it's something, isn't it, that you're never actually going to know. It's a good talking point for people to go over things that they may have paralogisms, they may have a misunderstanding, but they seem to be grouped, don't they? And whenever anybody talks about it, they're looking for somebody else to say, oh yeah, they want people to join with them within it. And it seems to be the more people you can get to sort of agree with one particular thing, then you can.
I'll give you for instance. Are you guys familiar with the TV show News Radio? It's an old sitcom.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
It was a pretty funny show. Anyways, there's an episode where the manager of the radio station is going through the budget to cover, trying to figure out where these additional expenses are coming from. And he noticed that somebody was purchasing tons of magazines, 96 subscriptions to be exact. And the girl's name was Beth, and she admitted to do it. And he asked, well, why are you doing this? He goes, because I'm waiting for Ed McMahon to deliver me my check.
Ah. Can you find that episode? Because then you can blow people away. Liars.
I could, sure. Pardon me?
The liars. Hey, Wally's back. Wally's back from his nap. In live chat. Yeah, Mike, you were right on, man.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
You were right. Nailed it. J Rose laughing his ass off. That's funny.
I is. Tires.
Yeah, we've gone over just about every aspect of the Tesla Starman that you would ever want.
Cars in space.
Cars in space. Yeah, that you'd ever want to go over in your life. But we pretty much know all the ins and outs now of that whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was the fun for. I mean, you do have to give it to Wally. He's entertaining, if nothing else.
Relentless.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is. It's. I think it's a bit early for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or late. I don't know. He seems to have swapped his shifts.
And went to bed at 3:10. It's now 7:26 in the morning for him.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours and he's
10
back.
minutes.
He left here. 4 hours in between posts.
Yeah, 4 hours in between posts. Yeah.
That was a sleep. 4 hours. He's done that 3 nights a week. 3 nights a week.
Okay, I've got the episode here. How do I attach it to the live chat though? I've never done that.
If you have a link, just copy the link and put it in the live chat.
Just like that, huh?
Yep, just copy the link, the URL, and then Control V it in the live chat.
Okay, they talk about it at 4 minutes.
Yeah, so if that was Ed McMahon, was it not Publishers Clearinghouse? Was it some other?
Dude,
Was it Random House or something? Was it Random House? Because didn't Random House do those as
I
well?
think they're claiming he had an affiliation with American something or other, American Clearinghouse or something like that.
That could be.
Yeah.
That maybe that's it. I don't know. I to be honest, I can't remember. They were all late
But
night
I
things
posted
when I
it in
used
the
to
live
watch
chat
TV.
here.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched any kind of regular TV other than live sports.
It was American Family Publishers. It was a separate company that publishes Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
And yes, they both exist.
Do I have to play this, or can you play it, or what? How does this work?
Well, anybody that wants to see it can play it. Just put the timestamp for, if you want to say Mandela Effect timestamp, and put the timestamp in there as a comment.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Then anybody that wants to see it can see it. Hey Gadget, if you're still listening, what did you eat? You didn't even bother saying. You went to the kitchen, then you didn't even say what you came back with. At 11:30 at night. 23:30.
Packet of crisps or something like that.
You think?
Yeah. No, but it's Gadget. He's French, isn't he? He'll have something posh.
Well, since we've been with all the lame, I would say lame but fun conversations. So if you're going to go for a snack, what do you go for? You go sweet or savory? Sweet or salty? What are you going for?
Oh, I don't go for sweet.
No sweet. You're a savory guy. You're a salty guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am as well. I'd eat a bag of chips before I have a piece of cake. I say chips. We say crisps. John.
I eat violets.
Get out.
I'm telling you. I don't eat a lot of them, but yeah.
That's why you have this problem with the Mandela effect.
Come on, you either love those things or you hate them. But yeah, I eat violets. But snacks, no, I'm not a sweet person anymore. I used to be as a kid, for sure. Not anymore. I love violets, yeah.
Eating the violets. Oh, Gadget says nothing exciting, just ham and cheese. I bet it's that really good French ham, isn't it? that kind that costs like $18 a pound here in the States. Gadget says he doesn't type with his mouth full. I don't want to know why that is, Gadget, because there's only reason why you would say that. Because typically you don't use your fingers when you're chewing food. Yup. Yeah, yup to it's the really posh ham.
Yeah.
I knew it would be. It's probably some posh cheese as well. That's the thing that killed me when I went to France. The cheese there, I mean, as Italians, we like our cheese, don't get me wrong, but holy crap, man. The cheeses they got over there. Ham from Bayonne. Cooked ham. It's lovely. I'm sure it is, Gadget. Making me hungry now. It's a good thing dinner's not far away for me. A couple hours.
Well, it's 4:30 by you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 4:30.
You work out of home, Kevin, or you have to go in?
No, I've worked from home for the better part of 10 years now. 12 years, not 10 years, 12 years.
Lucky you.
Yeah, well, they figured out that's how they get you to work extra long hours is when you work from home. Literally. I mean, when I used to go into the office, I'd take a shower, I'd have some coffee, I'd have some time in the car, and then I'd go to work, and then chat up all your friends and the cubicles and whatnot if you're in an office like I was for a long period of time, and you do your work and you go home after 8 hours usually.
You forget about it.
You're in the car, and yeah. But here, I roll out of bed, I grab a cup of tea if anything, and I'm right in my office immediately. And then I usually don't leave my office until, I'm in my office at about 7, and I don't leave my office until about 6, sometimes 7. So, and I don't take a lunch because I intermittent fast. So, yeah, so they get like a good 10, 11 hours out of me a day.
Wow.
Of course, I'm chatting on here a lot of the time. But
I'm reading
My
what
employers-
Wally on his stupid shit that Wally
my
says.
employers do not need to know I'm reading Wally. That's for sure. If I don't look away from the contracts and stuff that I write, I would absolutely go out of my mind.
Oh, I can see that.
And there couldn't be much further separated.
No. No, the preciseness of which I have to write these contracts. I never thought if that watching the live chat has a negative effect on my contract writing. I'm gonna have to ask my peers. You guys need to keep a lookout for some dodgy shit that I put in my contracts. You might want to be sure I'm all right with all this stuff. Luckily for me, I'm a perfectionist, so nothing much gets by me.
Tough way to be, though.
Yeah.
It
also
is.
leads you to be a procrastinator, which I am. Look at Gadget explain. He's blaming us for his lack of willpower and staying away from the food at nearly midnight. It's all the food talk. Don't blame us for gaining weight, Gadget. It's not our fault. Oh, Gadget wants to know about the Tesla car thing. Is it still orbiting the Earth or going to Mars? No, I think didn't Wally say it's going to the sun now? Is that it's headed towards the sun?
I don't think it's doing any of those things.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, my opinion.
I think he said it's heading towards the sun. I think that's
paint job won't fade.
No, but there is apparently snow on the hood of the Tesla car.
When did that come about?
Yeah, it's just trust me.
Snow?
Yeah. Mike knows all about. Oh, Mike left the Discord. Yeah, snow. I didn't pay attention to that whole argument. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any of it, really. It's literally none of what Wally says. Because it's ridiculous. I don't even know why. It's like he said, he's not getting enough sleep. He can't be a well man.
No, for sure. I mean, we asked him specific point blank with all the things that we found just in the pictures that he was posting himself. You don't believe this, right? Yeah, 100%. 100%. That car is out there. Tesla man's on his way to the sun or wherever the hell he's headed. It's good stuff. Entertaining stuff, I'll say. Not good stuff. It's entertaining. It's good for a laugh. If you want the full effect, Gadget, it's all in the live chat. It's all you got to do is scroll up for the last 2 days in the live chat. You'll see nothing but pictures of, almost nothing but pictures of the Starman. Tesla Starman. Quite hysterical.
The Starman.
Mm-hmm.
Even talking about it, it's bad enough for me. If you want paralogisms that have been placed in your mind, then that's one of them there. In years to come, children will be going, I'm pretty sure that they said that they put a guy in a car.
It'll be a Mandela effect.
Be like, no, they
Down the
never
road.
say that.
No. Somebody would say, yeah, I remember seeing pictures of it.
It was in a film or an advert or something.
Okay, you live in Dallas. How many people were in the car when Kennedy got shot?
Ah, gosh. Come on, man. Now you're gonna make me close my eyes and try to think about it. I want to say 4, but I don't think that's right. I think it was 5.
Actually, I would agree with you on 4, but now it's 6.
6 in the
Yep.
car or on the car? Because they did have Secret
6
Service.
in the car. 6 passengers in the car now. I always remember 4. Kennedy and his wife in the back, Connolly and the driver in the front. Now there's 6 people in the car.
Well, I want to know who the 6 people are. I mean, I think there were 2 Secret Service agents, but I don't know that they were in the car.
Not sitting in the car. They were walking alongside.
Gadget wants Bev Gadget wants you to push Emma into the sea. He dares you.
Oh, you can't do something like that. Emma jumps in the water every now and again.
Yeah. I've done that as well. Jumped in the water on purpose. Well, on purpose, not on purpose.
That's for Gadget.
Tell Emma to emote something to Gadget.
Just did.
She just did. There you go. That was, if you can see it, Gadget, that is for you from Emma. Gadget's laughing. Jess Palmer says the car is now a limousine. The Tesla car is a limousine. That's funny. Yeah, it's been a quite a fun free for all Friday, I think.
Yeah. As expected.
Yeah.
Troll free. I mean, I don't know what the chat, YouTube chat's getting troll free also. Clean. It's been good.
It's been clean. Yeah. I mean, even George came by and didn't light it up. So, yeah.
I guess there's not much talk to trigger the globe. I mean, I really think that Logic and the Trivium is where we've always been. But, I mean, it seems to be less triggering to this group of people. Or this group of people don't even want to have a look into this to be able to come and tell us that we don't understand it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd like to see them try. But no, you're right. Oh, I don't think it interests them in any way, which is unfortunate because you'd think you'd want to have some of that logic
and truth.
Yeah, grammar and rhetoric but
I think that's what it is. It's a search for truth, isn't it? All of this stuff that we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Within the, first formulating the words to make sure the words are the correct words and you're using them in the correct way. Then you go to a logical structure to make sure that the words that you're using are formulated in a compound way to make sense. And then obviously the delivery method of that whole thing. I mean, it's all intended to find a truth, value or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what they don't like, because any conversation revolving around that would be something like, you don't understand how to find truth, and you'd say,
right,
well, go on then.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll have to say, well, there is no such thing as truth, because that's the only place that they could go to.
Right.
That's why there's nobody around here to come and have a conversation about it.
I'm not sad. We've had some great conversations.
Yeah, and we've come to this point because of the conversations that we have had in the past. It's just a shame now that the people that have taught us so much with the stupid shit that they say, they've had to keep away now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what are they going to have to offer? I don't know. Well, it'd be interesting to hear from Bevy on Wednesday whether or not he's taken his presentation to the Blues crowd or the Bob's crowd or anyone. The
Well,
Globe
I think
scientists.
they'd be eating it up for now. It'd be the hot topic, right? They want to see what it is that he's got, that he's going to give to us. I presume there's no way that he could not have presented it to them. I mean, who would check it? I mean, is there a chance that there might not be something correct in it?
Yeah, well, they wouldn't be interested enough to even bother, I don't think. Not that they could anyway correct it. In my opinion.
Who's the authority?
Right.
Hmm. Yes, 'tis interesting.
Mm. Yeah, next week will be good, I think.
Yeah, hopefully we've got Buster with his new song coming out. Another new release from Buster to go with the video of his
that'll be good.
gadgets drawing.
I am so amazed by those drawings. I can't stop saying that.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
And combining Buster with it, that's going to be really good.
Oh, hello guys. How's it going?
Hey John, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not bad. Bev's just doing a podcast at the moment.
Oh, nice. How's that going?
Not bad.
So, what we got
Fishing at the moment.
time-wise?
Cool.
How are you doing?
Almost
I'm
11
doing
o'clock
pretty
there.
Quarter till the hour.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
And I've got to leave here in a little while anyway, so it's been fun. Thanks everybody for participating.
Yeah. Thanks for
Hey,
coming
all
in,
fun.
Kevin.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Did you actually get a chance to have a word with Raven? Because I did.
I didn't.
Oh, right.
No,
Come
he
for the
well
dealer
he
trip.
he
We got
DM'd me
quite a
and
bit of,
you know told me how
people
his
that
week is
that
gone
come in
and
later and get some
he's got
vehicles.
some stuff that he
Yeah,
needs
he's
to take
gonna
care
make
of. But
loads of
we
money,
didn't talk
so-
about next week at all. Did
Yeah,
he
we
mention
got-
what he?
I got.
Yeah, I'll have
Aragon,
I'll have a word with you about it
$75,000.
Okay. All right.
Pretty damn
over
good.
the weekend
Wow.
sometime.
All right. Good. Yeah, I'll be around. I have to do some work over the weekend anyway, so I'll
Yeah,
probably be on. So, all right. Cheers, everybody.
Okay, thanks.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We'll
Kevin.
talk to
Thanks for everything. Have a great weekend.
All right. Yep. You too.
I think that might be it for
I might even talk to Steve
Friday
about
night. If
running
we've
a
got
fire
anybody
sale, maybe
wants anything to do.
like 5 or 10%
go
off,
over.
depending on the vehicle.
Yeah, why not? Especially if there's lots of people in the city wanting to buy
For
right
sure.
now.
Anybody got anything else they'd want to go over for Free for All Friday? Otherwise, I think we're going to go gaming.
Yeah, I'm good here.
Yeah. Okay, let's get this. A Buster. Anybody got any requests for Buster?
I'm always happy with your choices.
Did you catch any sightings of Bigfoot?
No, I have not.
Okie dokie. Well,
I hope I don't.
close
It's
that
gonna
one
eat
off
me.
there.
Yeah, there was a bounty
I
out.
think
on
we'll
its
have
head
an
yesterday.
insane. We all know you're insane.
Is it legal?
Not been played
Like,
this
if
for a
I
while.
were to do it,
So-
would I get in trouble with PD?
Thanks a lot for
If
watching.
they say you can, you
We
can.
will be back
Oh, okay,
again.
for sure.
Maybe over the
Yeah,
weekend.
they're
Don't know what we're doing.
Basically deputized.
Maybe something going on.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
We will
it's cool.
be back and see you
Yeah,
definitely on Monday.
How's it going?
Model Affliction Monday. We'll be going over a Blue Marble video live stream
Bobby.
where he went over. We're going to do an Inception thing on Monday.
Billy.
So,
My name is John.
thanks a
Carroll.
lot,
Nice to meet
and
you.
see you Monday.
I'm fucking pissed. I mean, there isn't a fucking scale on this goddamn planet that can measure how fucking pissed I am right the fuck now. Hey, so yeah. I can't get any of these cowardly fucks to debate me unless someone can give me a good fucking reason to keep doing this. I'm fucking giving it up. I got better things to do with my time. Nobody ever cites my work. My Angles to Polaris video. Nobody ever cites that. It's not the best one in the world, but you know, it's fucking something, you know, with a physical model. And it gets a lot of compliments. So I know it's not complete shit. Nobody ever plays my videos on their live streams. Or even little bits of it. When was the last time anybody shared any of my videos? You know, my most popular video is the Angles to Polaris video. And it has less than 1,000 fucking views and it's 2 years old. And I've got a shit community. I've got a shit community fucking not doing anything to fucking keep me doing it. Like I said, unless someone can give me a good fucking reason why I should keep streaming, you know, I'm done. So, thanks for the fish. I'm so pissed off right now. I've got a shit community. Made me look like a fucking asshole. Motherfucker! Fucking asshole! Motherfucker! I'm so pissed off right now.
Your world is full of illusions, contradiction between fact and fiction.
Fucking talking shit
You'll never back your claims.
like a little cowardly bitch. Fucking talking shit.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
Motherfucker!
Unstoppable force on immovable feet.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am.
Straight lines converge in the distance.
Fucking asshole.
Why do I get so much resistance? I know.
Fucking talking
You'll
shit.
never prove me wrong.
Right the fuck now. God damn it. Motherfucker!
Now we get our physics deniers. Pathologic compulsive lies. I know. You'll never prove me wrong.
You don't know how fucking pissed I am.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez.
You swear knowledge and ignorance lead.
Fucking asshole. Motherfucker!
Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion.
Fucking talking shit.
We all know you're insane.
God damn it! I can't get one of these pussies after fucking talking shit to this motherfucker. I fucking still like him, but he fucking pissed me off. Motherfucker! God damn, he owes me a fucking apology.
Talk about your 2D surface. We all know you ain't got no purpose in life. We think that you live on board.
I get fucking emasculated.
Driving the wrong way down a one-way street.
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.G. Gonzalez.
It's where knowledge and ignorance meet.
Fucking talking shit. Motherfucker!
Paradoxes and confusion. Your mind is in delusion.
Fucking talking shit.
We all know you're insane. We all know you're insane.
I
I get fucking emasculated by Jose J.D. Gonzalez. And I'm pretty fucking pissed off. That's all I've got to say about it. Motherfucker! Made me look like a fucking asshole.